I started my morning with a loss, but was able to stay calm, stick to my bias, see what was on the table, and able to find another re-entry to make the money back, even plus some. So not only did I recover my loss, ended the day up almost $500, just sticking to my guns. First, I want to take a look at the trade that presented at the open because it is viable. It definitely fits my strategy. It's out of Futures 2.0, which if you don't know is my full VWAP strategy. All available on ASFX TV, which is where I live stream every morning. So check that out down below as well. You can get free access. But it's going to be the bounce off this overnight VWAP. Buyers are in control because we're above this black one from the changeover of day. They get a little pop. The retest at the open is down to that VWAP where I know we could find another higher low. But I got to see if buyers can take back this blue one, which is from the New York Open today. And they do. So that's the first sign of buyers stepping back in, 100% back in control. That's your first sign along it. Now, if you've seen in some of my videos of the strategy, I like to trade a pullback strategy. That's what this is. So I want to be able to trade back to the structure where we were just at, aka this high. And today on this entry, it's just really very tight, not appealing. You have to trade the breakout. You have to trade through the first break of open range high here, which I very adamantly say I don't want to do because it often doesn't run. But today did. Doesn't mean I need to be in it, but it fits the strategy. I just wasn't in it. And you'll see the reason it does fit it is let's go to just Friday prior to this. If you see my other videos, you've probably definitely seen this markup. That it's the same thing on Friday, retested this VWAP break of New York, just a little bit more better risk reward to that high. But the trend is bullish. We're full VWAP alignment, trading off of the key level retest. Okay, let's go higher. Same thing the very next day on a Monday to start the week. Pull back to the VWAP, break above New York. Okay, let's go higher in line with the trend. So the trend reads are there. Sometimes it's just a little bit worse or better risk reward to that previous high. And today, just didn't love it how early in the morning it was to that level, whatever. Then we jump into a long. We don't chase the drift because this isn't off of a key level. I know my best trades come off of this New York VWAP like it would have down here. But all of this is just noise. Trying to get you to jump into the longs, hoping they keep going higher. Sometimes they will. In this case, it eventually stops and pulls back. Now, it pulls back to New York VWAP, which, okay, great. That's where I want to get long. I know the stop loss is behind my head here, but the trend is fully long. This is the key level retest. Now, the tricky thing about this day was if you were trading it, stocks were down, especially the tech stocks, which is interesting that we even had this much bullish move because Nvidia, Google, Apple, things like that are not moving higher. So I don't even know how we moved that high to begin with. That turned a few people off on stream of not liking the longs. Fair. Didn't love that myself either. But I had to just go back to I've been trading well. I know this is my favorite play that if it were to bounce off here and make a new high, I'd say, why weren't you in that? I mean, that's a textbook setup. Structurally, VWAPs, you can get a good stop. Yes, we would have looked back and said, oh, good thing we didn't take it. The stocks were moving lower. But if it moved higher without me, I would have been like, that was so clean. What the hell? So I put some risk on. Swing the bat. Let's find out if these stocks are going to drag us lower. What I don't love is the stop loss. Again, right above this overnight VWAP, which until that's broken, I still like the longs, which is why back here, this first entry, right? Buyers are in. Your stop loss is below both of them. So you'll know if that gets taken out, you probably don't want to be a buyer right now. So unfortunately, I get stopped out at this open range high. It comes back to the overnight VWAP, but you look at the 15-minute, a push higher. Is this just a pullback? I'm not really bearish, and I'm still not bearish. So thankfully, I didn't just jump into the shorts like some people were looking at because of those stocks like I was mentioning, which again, it's tricky to navigate. It often doesn't happen like that where tech stocks are moving lower, but NQ's moving higher. It is tough to navigate. We don't normally have to do that. But I didn't get suckered into the shorts here because I'm not yet bearish. Just because I lost on a long doesn't mean the shorts are in, right? Until we make a new low of day and we're no longer anywhere near these VWAPs as support, then you'll convince me on the shorts. Again, going back to this 15-minute on the left side here, all this consolidation around here, it's like, how could I be looking for shorts? I was just like, I know this 1 minute doesn't look beautiful, but like, why would we move lower? We're above every VWAP. It's been higher highs and higher lows. We can even go to the charts here real quick on the 15-minute, and you'll see to start the week on the Monday into Tuesday here, Monday was bullish, pullback, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is where some people were saying shorts are in. I'm like, I don't see that. I just see higher lows underneath here. I think we could build another higher low and make the next higher high. Exactly what we did. So good to stick to my bias, but not just jump in long randomly or whenever. I jump in with a long now with a better stop loss at the low of day. I like to give it the 2-try rule because sometimes I will marry my bias and it'll hurt me. But I won't marry it more than twice. I'm going to try the same direction 2 times. If they both lose, maybe I'm forcing the longs. They're not really there. Price is a little choppy, whatever. But I can't just say, oh, I was wrong on the longs. I can't long it again. No, sometimes I'll be early. I got to try again. So I do that now with the better stop because now this would invalidate my longs if it's breaking for a new low a day. So I love that about it. And a few structure points. I know a couple of people just giving a lesson on this. I like to read structure underneath if I'm in a long. And if I'm in a short, on top. Lower highs on top, but in this case, higher lows. As long as we're still building these higher lows underneath, I like the longs. Buyers are trying to hold us in like they do. Because some people were just afraid or didn't love how we're not breaking above New York VWAP. And sure, it's not great, but again, it's not enough information to just make me bail on my longs because we're not breaking lower either. Just because we're not breaking higher with force, are we moving lower? Are we making lower highs and lower lows? No, we're not. So I can't just forecast and say, oh my God, longs don't look good. We're still playing around the same level. We haven't even taken out this higher low. What are we freaking out for? I love this level on the left side here. That's where my best trades come off of. Let's give this a ride. I add in as it holds on a little bit. It doesn't just slice through that view up to the downside. Sellers don't just have a bunch of momentum. So with the add in, I'm able to get a little bit more size. And it breaks up not to the high, but again, like I said in the beginning of this video, I like to trade back to structure. So that's also why I like this first one. It's like, yeah, that's pretty good risk reward back to the high. It's a nice decent pullback. Same thing with this one. I don't even need to take it back to the highs to try to get all of this to get a nice decent move out of it because I got such a low price if the buyers withstand, and they do. So that was my trade. Now let's just take a lesson on what could have been, right? Again, it doesn't make my trade bad or whatever you guys took bad, but notice how less stressful it is once you wait for that full confirmation. I bought it below the New York VWAP, so you gotta expect it to be a little slow. I mean, you're below one VWAP, you don't have full alignment, buyers aren't 100% back in control. That when they do 100% step back in control on the break above New York here, that's when it runs for you. So if you bought it there, you take on no drawdown. It wasn't very slow at all, where mine was a little bit slow, scared some people out, made them question what VWAP is going to hold, what's going to happen from here. So maybe if you're lacking that confidence, wait for full VWAPs to be broken, wait for the full alignment, and there's less chance that you're going to have to sit through it and be a little bit more patient with it, right? Does that make sense? So it's the same thing even with this first trade. We're above every single VWAP. Why can't we move higher from here with some speed? I mean, it's fully trending. Same thing if this one were to just bounce higher from here quickly to the highs, I'd say, yeah, why not? There's no VWAPs in the way. But with my long here, the New York VWAP is above us. So that's not amazing, but you got to be willing to find out if it could hold. No new information, no new information. Okay, finally, buyers get the strength and we pop higher. So nice little day. Like I said, on ASFX TV, we're streaming it all year long, every day of the week. You all get free access if you use code FIRST. The link is down below. You also get access to my VWAP strategy. The videos I break down here, I did an update to at the beginning of December, so definitely go check that out. And another thing to look at today, which I love just the patience-wise of things, if we go to this mark up here, the initial balance, that's the first hour of the day. We still, at that point of my trade, 12 o'clock, hadn't broken either side. And I know we're probably going to break out at some point of at least one side. So the fact that no side was broken kind of give me hope that, all right, we're going to break out. So we're either going to make a new high of day today or a new low of day. I don't think we're just going to stay stuck in here. So the fact that buyers are holding us in, we're above more VWAPs than not, I have a lot of confidence that we can definitely get back up towards those highs. So good thing I'm in this long, right? And for that, you can go over here to Edgeful and you can see on Tuesdays, the chance of a no break, 5%. Only 3 Tuesdays in the past year of Tuesdays have just never broken either side. So we're probably going to break out. So let me sit on through this long because at this point there's no breaks yet. So let's just wait. Let's wait. Buyers finally get it. And we go break that upside. So I can just give you the confidence to get some gas in this thing. Let's move. Let's get some volatility. So thankfully we did, and we found a nice winner. So nice start to the year. Back-to-back wins to start this week. Clean on Monday. Clean today because I had a nice recovery. I didn't give up on my idea. Actually made some money. I didn't just recover my loss. I recovered it plus some because of the add-in and just the conviction in it. So nice little start to the year, and same thing on Friday. Nice win there. So great start to the year. Can't really draw it up any better than that. So hopefully I'll see you guys on stream. Like I said, everything you need is down below, including the top one sale, Edgeful, stream, you name it, it's down there. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys on stream tomorrow morning.